Ever notice how some YouTube videos just pull you in right away? It's not by accident, it's all in the thumbnail. Today, we're diving into the art of creating thumbnails that not only catch attention but also get people to click. If you're ready to take your videos to the next level and make them stand out in a sea of content, you're in the right place. Creating an eye-catching YouTube thumbnail is more important than most people realize. It's the first impression your audience gets, and it can make all the difference between someone clicking or scrolling past. So, how do you make one that stands out? Start with clarity. You want your thumbnail to tell a story at a glance. The visuals should immediately communicate what the video is about without being cluttered or confusing. Think of it like a movie poster, simple, striking, and straight to the point. The easier it is to understand, the better. Now, let's talk about colors. Bright, bold colors tend to catch the eye, especially when they contrast with YouTube's background. Use colors that pop but don't overwhelm. It's all about balance. Too many bright shades can have the opposite effect, making your thumbnail hard to look at. Instead, use 2 or 3 colors that complement each other. And always make sure the text, if any, stands out clearly against the background. Speaking of text, less is more. If you decide to include words, keep it short. 3 to 5 words max. Think of the most important takeaway from your video and capture that in a few bold words. Make sure the font is readable even on small screens, since many people watch videos on their phones. The next key is emotion. Thumbnails with faces, especially those showing some kind of expression, tend to perform better. People are drawn to human emotions because they create a connection. A surprised, excited, or curious face can pull people in by making them wonder what's happening in the video. If you're not using a face, find a way to include a strong visual element that triggers curiosity or excitement. Now, think about composition. Where does your eye go first when you look at your thumbnail? The most important element should be front and center, drawing attention immediately. Use shapes, lines, or arrows to guide the viewer's eye toward the critical part of the image, like a person or the main action happening in the video. Another trick is to add a bit of mystery. You want to spark curiosity. Maybe you show part of something without revealing the whole story. A bit of intrigue goes a long way in getting people to click. It's like a mini puzzle that makes viewers want to know more. Creating a viral thumbnail is about more than just making it look good. It's about tapping into psychological triggers that compel people to click. A great strategy is using contrast between expectation and reality. For example, if your video is about a challenge or transformation, show the before and after side by side in a way that exaggerates the difference. This creates a sense of curiosity and surprise, which draws viewers in. Another idea is to leverage unconventional crops. Instead of showing a full face or object, zoom in on a specific detail. This can create intrigue because viewers want to understand the context behind the image. Maybe it's a close-up of a hand doing something unexpected, or a partial view of an object that hints at something bigger. This lack of complete information makes people curious to see the whole picture. Incorporating minimalism can also work wonders. Sometimes less is more, and a clean, simple thumbnail with a single striking element against a plain background can stand out in a cluttered feed. By stripping away unnecessary elements, you're forcing the viewer to focus on exactly what you want them to see, making the thumbnail feel bold and direct. If you're finding this helpful so far, take a quick moment to hit that like button and subscribe for more tips just like this. It really helps out, and you'll stay updated with all the latest content. Playing with perspective is another creative approach. Instead of showing things head-on, try using angles that create depth or drama. This could be an over-the-shoulder view, a shot from above, or something that gives a 3D effect. Unique perspectives make your thumbnail visually interesting and give it an edge over flat, standard images. Finally, consider using motion blur or dynamic action shots. Even though thumbnails are still images, adding a sense of movement can make them feel more alive and engaging. For example, a thumbnail showing someone mid-action, with motion lines or a blurred background, can convey excitement and energy, making viewers curious about the action taking place in the video. Develop a style, whether that's a specific color palette, font, or layout, so viewers recognize your brand at a glance. This builds trust and familiarity over time, which can lead to more clicks and views. Make it clear, use bold colors, show emotion, and add that little bit of mystery to draw people in. Keep it consistent, and before you know it, your audience will be clicking in no time. Bold and eye-catching design. Use contrasting colors that pop. Bright colors like red, yellow, and orange often attract attention. Minimal text. Stick to 3-5 words that summarize the main value or hook of the video. Make it bold and large for easy readability. Emotion or reaction thumbnails with faces showing expressions, surprise, excitement, curiosity, or actions are highly engaging. If no face, make sure the imagery creates intrigue or an immediate emotional connection. Use icons or symbols. Add simple icons or arrows to highlight important parts of the thumbnail or to guide the viewer's eye. Curiosity element. Create mystery or suspense. Tease something unexpected or hidden that the viewer will discover by watching. Consistency with brand style. Use similar fonts, colors, or framing for all your thumbnails, so your audience can easily recognize your videos. The idea is to write as if you are speaking directly to one person, like a friend. You want to keep it engaging and natural, almost like a dialogue. You know that feeling when you're stuck with an idea but aren't sure where to start. We've all been there. You've got big plans, maybe even some really creative thoughts, but something's missing. The good news? That gap, it's exactly what we're filling today. Let me tell you a little secret, it's way easier than you think. There's a strategy that works for pretty much anyone who's willing to give it a try. And no, you don't need any fancy tech or years of experience. All it takes is a fresh perspective, and you'll be surprised how quickly things start clicking. Now, what if I told you that there's one thing you can do right now to double your chances of success? That's right. Just one simple shift, and you'll start seeing results almost immediately. We overthink so much that it stops us from taking action, right? But when you cut through all the noise and just focus on what really matters, things become a lot clearer. Think of it like decluttering your mind. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Each step, no matter how small, takes you closer to where you want to be. And once you start, momentum builds, and that's when the magic happens. Imagine for a second what that would feel like. Waking up, knowing exactly what your next move is, and actually feeling excited about it. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Now, you might be wondering, is this really possible for me? The answer is yes. You just need to trust the process and take that first step. I'm serious, once you start, you'll wonder why you didn't try this sooner. Now you've got the tools to design thumbnails that draw people in and boost your clicks. It's amazing how something so simple can have such a big impact. So, go ahead, put these tips into action, and watch how your videos start grabbing attention. If you found this helpful, stay tuned for more tips and tricks to keep growing your channel. So, if you want your videos to stand out, start with an amazing thumbnail. It doesn't need to be complicated, just thoughtful. Here's the takeaway: don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Start small, stay consistent, and watch how fast things change. So, ready to get started? Let's make this happen. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you want more content like this, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future tips. Drop a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you know someone who could benefit from this, feel free to share it with them. Let's keep building this community together. If you're ready to dive even deeper, make sure to check out the next video. It's packed with more tips that will help you level up your skills even further. You won't want to miss it. Go ahead and give it a watch now.